Hello, this is the Wanderers podcast. This is Aspen. She's just chilling.
I just want to rub her belly.
That's Link.
Yeah.
It's big. It was released today, right?
Yeah.
Big release today.
Big release in Nintendo. Woo! I'll probably get it.
Do you have the Wii U?
Here's the thing. I bought the Wii U, like, pretty much a year and a half ago when they announced that Zelda was coming out. And as soon as I bought one, that's when they announced that they're holding it off until the NX. Or now it's called
Whatever
the
it was, yeah.
Because it was just the Nintendo X, and then people were like, ooh, NX for like a year. You can hear people fucking shut up about it.
I hate when they announce games like years in advance.
It wasn't even in advance. They were supposed to release it, and then they just wanted to release it for the promo. Or for the promotion of selling the Switch. Because you know how many people... I saw on my Facebook, like, 5 people today were just like, yeah, I bought it.
I haven't even looked at it.
I almost fucking traded. I went to KW Vintage today and pretty much fucking traded my childhood for money.
What did you... Oh, all your vintage games and stuff?
Yeah. I bought like a bunch of games earlier this month. Or last month now. Got like $1,000 just for like old Super Nintendo games, and then I traded the rest of it. Got some money, and you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, all those vintage games, I see these super cool like creations that people make, or they'll like take the old system and they'll insert like a screen. Like I saw an NES where buddy like flips it open, it's all Zelda, and it's got like a screen inside, and you just got like a chip, like installs a computer on it, and you can play it.
That's sweet.
Stuff like that.
Have you seen the things they have? Like, they took an N64 and rebuilt it and made a handheld N64.
Did you see that guy?
No.
Did you see that guy that made a Super NES into a toaster? Or out of a toaster?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've seen one where they
weird.
took an actual game cartridge and made the system
You should look that up. I want to see
the cartridge.
That.
Yeah, so
just look up
We'll
an
bring it.
NES, or is it an NES or is it a Super Nintendo?
I think it's an NES, one of the two.
Well, just type NES and it'll probably pop up.
NES and what?
Toaster.
NES
Someone made
toaster.
this.
The Nintoaster.
That's so genius. Why didn't I think of that? That's hilarious.
That's cool.
That is really cool.
And they actually... There's
It
more.
works?
There's
I don't know if
a
that...
bunch of different models too. That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Wow. Learn something new every day. That's cool.
A Nintendo shoe. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, that's pretty cool. The wood block.
Oh, it's handheld too. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's wicked. People are so creative.
I know, it's retarded.
Yeah, hey, if you've played the new Zelda, hit us up, let us know how it is. I would like to know.
Yeah, I haven't owned a Nintendo since the 64.
Yeah.
But I love Zelda. I grew up on Zelda.
Right.
That shit was the best. Like,
yeah. Well, that's pretty much...
I remember being so young playing Ocarina of Time that I just couldn't even understand how to beat like the castles. That's how young I was. But I played the shit out of it until I beat it.
Oh, yeah. My big one was Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, is that the one where he's pink?
Or what do you mean?
Like the game, I remember one of the games came out on the Game Boy, and the color, they couldn't get the color right, so they just made him pink. He had like pink hair. I can't remember which one it was. It was
Are you
one
talking
of them.
NES or Super Nintendo? Link to the Past is a Super Nintendo where he goes back to
Yeah.
the Dark Realm.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, pink hair for whatever reason. It couldn't do
Maybe,
yellow.
yeah.
It couldn't like do yellow, and then they just decided to make it pink.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
They just like they couldn't render the color or something. Or?
I don't know. Like it, I couldn't tell you. I'm not an expert.
Whoa, Google.
This cat is just rolling around.
No, she's she's the star. She's
Yeah.
the star of the show.
All right. Well, the first little bit that we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what happened this week in our lives.
Well, I kind of started.
Yeah, you already did.
Well, pretty much this weekend that started. Basic week, really. I work 4/10s Monday through Thursday at a furniture finishing place, and it was pretty busy there. So it was pretty much just work and then come home and then veg out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been trying to get other shit on the go too. Once I got paid on Thursday, I went and sourced more books for the book business I want to do on Amazon, and then I sold some video games. Like, I'm just trying to pay off some shit, you know. Like,
Yeah. Getting through life.
Getting through life. I don't know. It's
Pushing
just
through it.
you know, it's sitting there collecting dust, right? So I don't really want to.
All those old game systems you can get on emulators and stuff like that.
Exactly. Like, if I really wanted to play it, like, I get the nostalgia and I want to save
All those
my
people,
grandkids,
like if you have
but-
like crazy money and you see those people who have like the fucking huge wall full of vintage games.
Mhm.
I don't have that kind of money to have shit like that.
Well, same.
you really
If I get into a position and I have that much money, I will probably have like reamp my collection. But at the same time, you know, it gets to a point where it wasn't interesting. Like, I'm interested in the fact that nostalgia point is here. Like, at our age, like, most of the people are kind of relating back to not only like video games but comic books and all that stuff. The nostalgia is like real right now, but it holds such value, and over time it'll probably even hold more value. But I don't know, it's just interesting, like the value aspect, how that old, you know, well, I guess anything antique or old vintage, like, it's crazy.
Comic books, unreal how valuable they get.
Yeah,
like the first appearance of like huge characters like Spider-Man and Superman and Batman, up in the millions of dollars. Millions.
For
like,
brand new copies, like
no,
sealed or what?
Like the original copies,
yeah,
when they were released in good quality condition. Like the highest selling comic book was Action Comics #1, which is when it was the introduction of Superman. And I think it was Nicolas Cage, of all people, who had it. And it was like...
He's everywhere.
I know. But, yeah.
That has to be a segment in there.
I can't... Yeah,
Nicolas
Nicolas Cage.
memes.
He's the best. He has he does everything.
I know.
His son is like in a death metal band.
Yeah.
And, like...
It's hilarious.
And, yeah, I think he sold it for somewhere around $3 million or something crazy like that. Just unreal money. I found, like, a few gems when I, like, do my searches and stuff. It's really hard to, like... I almost feel bad. Because the best times...
Or the
The
people
best...
that are oblivious.
Yeah,
like,
you get the best
anything
books
like
out of someone who has no idea what they have.
Same with video games. You go to a garage sale, and our buddy Matt, he went to a garage sale and got a brand new, in the box still, pretty much, like they barely played it, an NES console from back in the day, and they just sold it to him for nothing. And he was just like, okay, thank you. He's like,
yeah.
Start a car.
That's like, I dream of that. I dream of going to like a garage sale and seeing they're selling like their dad's stuff or something, and he's got a whole run of Action Comics, and I'm just like,
Think of garage sales in the next 5 to 10 years. All the people who are like You know,
The baby boomers, they're all dying off, so all their shit's going to be sold off. Best way to, or not the best way, but like, you get a lot of good shit in estate sales.
Oh yeah.
And like when like people die suddenly, the entire household and everything's sold off. Yeah. But like, I know it's a little morbid thinking and stuff like that, but you really do get good deals.
Well, there's a whole... People have been making money off of reselling for a long time, and I'm just starting to get into it. Like, books is my first step, but there's so much you could do. You could even do... You could find stores that undersell stuff. Anywhere from shoe stores to fucking dollar stores. Mm-hmm. And you find that, you can take... Like, I have the Bluetooth scanner, and I just go in and scan books. And you can go in and you can scan anything. Like, anything. And you can go see what Amazon's selling it for and then ship it back. Well, not anything, because there are things that are restricted. Nike. People want to sell Nike and keep asking. This guy resells, and he gets frustrated, so he made this clickbait video like, oh, how to sell and get ungated to sell Nikes, and then he pretty much just like, yeah, no, you can't do it. I'm grandfathered into it, so you guys can't sell Nikes. I can, because it's like he's a retailer. He's like a distributor, right? But yeah, it's getting worse. Not too bad. Like, it is still a really good thing to get into, to start business and like doing the reselling. But it's real. Like, people are making millions of dollars a year off of it, or at least hundreds of thousands. Like, I could potentially make $100,000 this year, like, selling these books.
Potentially.
Well, even in the books that I have sourced here, after it's all said and done, fees and everything, that's like a decent amount.
If they sell, like, that's the whole thing.
It's not if, it's when. Like, Amazon is the biggest book distributor.
I know, that's what they started as, right?
Right. And now they have the fulfillment by Amazon, and a lot of people are signing up for Prime accounts, and more people by the day. And
are they? When are they amalgamating the Prime, like the U.S. Amazon and Canadian Amazon?
It's funny because I signed up for my Amazon account in the Canadian one, and it's $29.99 to sign up for a month to have a seller's account. But on the American site .com rather than .ca, it was $39.99 a month. And
they have way more shit.
They do, but I can still list all my shit on the U.S. market.
Well, do you have to pay?
I have to
tariffs or stuff like that. Not tariffs,
I have to figure all that out. But like, I was talking to the technician on the phone because they have really good customer support. You just call them up, and they'll walk you through everything from signing up to shipping your order out. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying, there's a lot of money especially garage sales like this summer. I'm gonna kill it with garage sales.
Yeah, you gotta get out there.
You gotta get.
Are you on all the sites and stuff?
I'm starting to get on them. Like, a lot of the buy and sell ones too. I scroll through those too, see if people are. Yeah.
I just give up on those, most of them, because like the admins on them just got out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you give someone a little bit of power and then they're just like all over you.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to put like comic books and stuff on that in the past, and then like I know the whole thing where we're trying to sell something on the site or on the page, and then they like 9 out of 10 of them say the first person to post gets to buy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what if the fucking second or third person wants to offer more?
Then fucking sell it to them.
I know, but then you have like these psycho admins that come in and they're like, this person said it first. I'm like, fuck off. It's my choice. Yeah. If someone comes to you and offers you $1 for something that you have, like this pen or pencil, and someone says, I'll give you $10 for that same pencil, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm giving it to you on principle.
Mm-hmm.
I could, but I'm not going to.
Mm.
Like, it would be the noble thing to do, but I want that $10. That's as simple as that.
Well,
No shame.
Putting pencil into context of any sort of thing, but like, you know, like the principle behind what you're saying, yes, it would be noble, but at the same time, we all gotta make ends meet. We have shit to pay for. Like, everybody's trying to save a buck, but you know, if somebody wants it more, they'll pay more, and like that's the beauty about. Well, it can be taken to both extremes, right? Like, it could be taken.
I guess now that we're talking more about it, I understand like the whole thing, but
yeah,
and that's okay. You can do that, but then my problem isn't with.
Well, it's just
my problem isn't with that. It's with the people who just come at you and stuff like that and judge you and condemn you for stuff for something so stupid. And I try to avoid those sites. Well, that's why I like Kijiji, right? Because you can.
Well, I was gonna say
you can just filter through the emails, not respond, not seem like a fucking dick.
It's more anonymous, but at the same time, like, it's more in your control. With Facebook, everybody can see what's happening in the comments and stuff. Like, I got into it with a guy on the comments, and he was trying to like sell N64 and stuff. And I looked on the eBay price, and he was selling it for way more. I was like, well, I looked on eBay, and it's like this amount, and he was like, well, this ain't eBay, is it? Or he's like, this isn't eBay, fella, or something like that. I'm like, okay, well, sorry.
All right.
Bud.
So
Buddy.
that all came from a recap on our week.
Yeah, it was a busy
which
week.
I didn't say what happened to me. I had a super normal week up until about Thursday when I got my tax money.
Yeah, and you're just like,
got me feeling good. Yeah.
Oh, in my pocket.
Yeah, burned a hole in my pocket for sure.
It happens.
It's fucking dangerous getting a lot of money like that at once, man.
Well, it's like winning the lottery. You're like, ooh, I wasn't expecting that. It's like,
yeah. Well, I was expecting it. That's the thing. And then that's the worst part is because I was expecting it. I had a couple weeks to plan what I was going to blow it on. But I paid off a lot of bills first. That's what did it the most.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do is catch up on bills and stuff. It's going to be a lot better now that we both have steady income coming in. Like, my job was super slow, and then my fucking...
Yeah.
It was crazy. This last...
Yeah, we've been kind of slow, too.
Well, it just sucks the energy out of you, too. Like, I feel so bad, like, not being able to pay stuff. It's just such a burden.
I feel bad about everything. Like, I feel bad about not paying everything except for my phone bill.
Yeah.
I kind of like not paying that. Because they're fucking assholes. They are assholes. Like, and as soon as I miss, like first of all, your chart, I pay way too much for my phone. I pay like $105 a month. And when
how long have you been with them?
For like 3 years.
Okay, well,
that's a lot of
this is
fucking
what
money.
I do. I've actually had a lot of experience, like, talking to these people, and I got super lucky with my phone bill. I pay $60 a month for 6 gigs of data, unlimited everything, because it's like it was like a business promo, but I'm grandfathered into it, just kind of like Reezy, fucking, he can sell Nike, but nobody else can. I have this business plan, and every time I ask them if I can, like, upgrade it, they're like, well, you have to get a new plan. So I've always had to buy my phones outright. But during the time of being with the same company, I've called them multiple times, and I've literally saved at least $1,000 with my phone company. And even today, I got from my internet provider. It's actually going through my mom's still. I'm paying for it, but I've just been using the Wi-Fi from downstairs because he let me. And I called the company today, and I ended up saving $137 because the payments weren't going through, and I just talked to them. Said, is there anything you can do to help me out? And a lot of times these companies, they'll help you out.
Yeah.
They'll credit you, and it's all about the ask. Like, you can ask, like, all this stuff is negotiable. Like, you can get to a certain point where it's I've gotten to the point where they're like, you literally just called us last week, and I'm like, well, you know, and then
It's
they
so
even still it's,
like, and they call me, like
yeah,
I won't
that's
pay.
the worst when they just keep.
As soon as I
calling
miss
and
one
calling.
payment, they call me, and then
Mm-hmm.
like in the months past in my 3 years that I've been with them, I'm with Fido,
Oh,
and
I
then
just went with them now.
I like them, but like
Me too. But they keep calling.
I need a better plan. Like they're good, but
Well, I got a really good plan.
I pay a
In
lot.
case you're wondering why I'm drinking to the side, I don't want to place product.
Yeah, I just been covering it with my hand,
I
with
got
my
a
giant
64
hand.
gig iPhone
Oh, I
SE,
guess that works
and
too.
then got a $60 plan.
You don't know
that
what
was
I'm
for free.
drinking.
Or $50.
Yeah.
65 gig.
My problem is their calls, and then when they call me, and they've called me where I just haven't had the money, and they're like, "Oh, well, you have to pay us." I'm like, "Great, that's great news." I'm like, I can lie to you and say that I'm gonna pay you, or I can just tell you that I'm not paying, and then they're like, "Well, sir, you have a blah blah blah. You committed," and I'm like, "Cool."
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
feel like a piece of shit already.
Yeah.
Thanks. And then
Well, having a
it's
phone-
gotten to the point where I don't answer them anymore. I don't answer them, and I delete their voicemails
Mhm.
because I just hate paying it.
Well, it's like harassment. Like, obviously, we know. Like, I get it. They have an obligation to try to get
Even when
their
I
views,
have
but-
the money to pay it, sometimes I just don't. I
Well,
don't know why.
I'm
it's-
pretty sure everybody. Well, maybe
like
not
I have the money
everybody.
right now. I could
People
clear,
listen to this podcast probably.
I could clear my bill right now.
Yeah.
With my phone.
Which
There's Velcro on it. I could do it now, and I'm not going to. Might do it tomorrow. I have to do it. Eventually because I want a new phone, but
What are you looking into?
I don't know. I'm looking at the Google Pixel, but it looks a little bit too much like the iPhone for me.
Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking about going OnePlus 3 or the next one
yeah, I
because
don't-
they
I don't-
actually do. They're cheaper, but they're because I have to buy phones outright. But they're really comparable to a lot of these phones that are coming out, and they actually really have good UI. It's
Yeah, I don't know. I'll get something. I'm not like
Ooh.
super jaded about my phones. Like I have a shitty S4 that fucking barely works.
I have the S6.
I have to factory reset it like every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other week it just stopped turning on, and then as soon as I got it on, I factory reset it.
Do you have it rooted?
No,
Oh yeah, I guess there's no point now.
no.
It's long overdue.
All right, let's end that. That's the first segment gone. Now we're gonna get into the would you rather's.
Would you rather?
Okay. I got a good one. I gotta ask you. Would you rather have sex with a goat and have nobody in the
Yes.
world knowing about it? Like, no one will ever know about it, but you have to fuck the goat. Or not fuck the goat, but everybody in the world thinks you fucked a goat, and you can't convince them otherwise.
Fucking Black Mirror.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking that because fuck, that episode.
How do you watch that show?
No, not
You
yet.
need
my
to
goodness,
watch.
I will
Watch
eventually,
the show.
man. There's too many shows right now.
Literally. That's
I really,
Answer the question.
I really don't want to have sex with a goat. That's the thing. The fucking. That's the very first episode of the thing. It's like Black Mirror. That's funny that you just came up with that question.
I didn't come up with it. It's on another podcast that I listen to, but it's...
Maybe that's where they got it.
No, I doubt it. I highly doubt that.
It's a pretty popular show. I don't know.
Yeah, but...
I'm actually really surprised you of all people haven't watched that show. Like, it's one of those shows.
I have so many shows that I'm watching. Answer
Honestly,
the question. You're
to-
evading the question.
I know. I don't know. It probably.
I wouldn't answer it. That's just.
Well, that's
I'd
not...
say for my own sake, I just would rather people think that I did because I don't care what people
Yeah,
think.
that's exactly what I...
Like,
I don't give a
I
fuck
don't
what you
want to
think.
fucking.
I would own it.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking dope. So what you gonna do?
Yeah.
About skills?
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
I definitely would not fuck a goat. That's just weird. And at the end of the day,
you need to watch fucking
I will.
But yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get on.
Man.
Yeah, I didn't come up with any questions for that.
Well, we have this one. Would you rather smell like poop and not know it, or constantly smell like poop, or be constantly smelling poop that no one else can smell?
Ew. I don't want to smell poop, so I guess
I wouldn't want to smell.
I don't
like
want
poop.
other people to think I smell like poop, because then people would be like, "Oh, we'll be around that guy. He smells like poop."
I once got into an Uber and his car smelled like manure.
That's hilarious.
It was disgusting.
I don't know. I guess I would.
I'd fucking...
No, I would just smell like poop. Fuck it. I don't want to smell shit. I hate the fucking smell of shit.
See, a lot of these get...
It depends, because there's different types of smells of shit. You know what I mean?
There's no good smell of poop. Are you serious?
Your own shit?
I can't do my own, man.
Well,
a
it's
lot
like-
of people
It's
say,
like
"Oh,
Fat
you."
Bastard. Oh, it's your own brand.
I
Like,
don't
come on.
like it, man.
If
It
it was
makes me
my shit that I
gag.
had to smell,
It's shit.
my shit don't stink.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough question. I guess I'd rather just smell like
A lot of these get a lot easier if you add money to them.
poop.
Like smell like poop and not know it for $1 million.
Yeah.
Then fuck yeah. I would just sit in my house and not go outside.
Everyone has their price.
Would you rather eat only roadkill for the rest of your life, or have everyone else in the world sound like Gilbert Gottfried?
I think that would be hilarious. I would rather have everyone sounds like Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah. Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried, for sure.
Well,
these all revolve around having other people in your life judging you.
yeah, that's...
If you just separate yourself from people, a lot of these would be just easy answers.
Go fucking live in an earthship in the forest. Fuck it.
Look at this one. Would you rather have taste buds on your butthole or poop through your mouth? It's like saying, well,
Yes, South Park.
I think
Fuck
I'd rather
shit.
poop through my mouth, because if you have taste buds on your butthole, you're gonna be tasting.
It'd be a lot more
all the
convenient.
time.
It's like on South Park. It's like, excuse me 1 second.
Yeah,
It's like done.
yeah, poop through your mouth for sure.
But then,
Ew.
so you'd have to eat through your ass.
No, it doesn't say that. It just says have taste buds on your butthole or poop through your mouth. If you have taste buds on your butthole, that's not gonna ever taste good.
How? It's the same thing.
Yeah, but when
It
you
would be
poop
like-
through your mouth, you could wash your fucking mouth and then go get some Listerine and not have to
But
taste
you'd
it
have
until...
to taste shit every time you pooped.
Yeah, but if you had to taste buds on your butthole, it would always taste like shit.
You don't eat through your butthole.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
I guess.
I'd kill myself.
Well, they'd probably invent something to be like, you never have to taste your own shit again. Like, spray this in your
Yeah.
mouth and then you can avoid the taste. Like some kind of, fucking repellent. I don't know, fucking poop repel.
Would you rather always have to say everything on your mind or never be able to speak again? Well, I already do the first one, so
That was easy.
I could do both, to be honest with you.
I could go either way too.
Alright. Would you rather be itchy for the rest of your life or be sticky for the rest of your life?
Itchy.
Sticky.
Oh God, no.
I hate itchy.
I hate itchy
sticky.
too. No,
I can't do it.
No.
Sticky is
Itchy's the worst.
Sticky.
Yeah.
My neck is always itchy and I want to fucking jump off a bridge.
My legs.
I'd probably say sticky because itchy sucks.
Sticky sucks. Like you get that shit in your hair.
You get used
it's
to it.
like, No, I'd rather be clean.
You
Yeah.
just shave your head.
But you'd look like a meth head and just eat a bowl of vomit or lick a hobo's foot. Whose vomit? That's
Yeah,
a big question.
that is the question.
Is it a capital V?
I guess depends on
Oh,
how long you'd
that's
have to
good.
lick the foot too, and
It
you could
is
just
not.
easily just wash your fucking tongue off after. You just like lick it and just.
How big is the bowl? That's a stupid one.
Yeah, but then you have to digest
Ew, no.
somebody else's puke.
Yeah, I'd probably... Yeah. I'd lick a hobo's foot.
I'd lick
Yeah.
a hobo's foot.
Yeah.
I'd lick the top of it.
I just.
Yeah, exactly. Right below his ankle, so it's like technically the foot,
Yeah.
just below that line.
Just
What
a
if
little...
his dog's name is Foot?
Yeah.
I lick my dog.
What if a
No, I
restaurant
don't.
came up with this dish called vomit, and then
Oh, yeah.
it's like a trendy restaurant.
I think we broke this game.
Yeah. We go to like the menu. It's like shit salad.
It's probably really good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Would you rather watch your parents have sex every day for the rest of your life or join in once to stop it?
That's fuck.
That's fucked up.
Game over.
Game over.
We're done with that.
Yo, this shit's fucked
We're gonna move on to what's trending.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say go to the Twitter.
Yeah. So, what's trending? Let's refresh this. Why is it... I don't understand Twitter. Is this it? Is this all that it is? Like,
No, it all depends on like how much you're following.
How
and,
much-
Like
we
you
can go to
search
the...
into it.
the
You can
Facebook-
hashtag search.
the Facebook-
search.
Trending is better.
No, go to Twitter and then go to Twitter search. Search Twitter and then type in like trending. Or type in today or something. Trending on Twitter. Ed Sheeran.
Okay. I don't know. I like this one. Trending. Here we go.
What are you looking up? What are you looking up there?
What? Oh, that name?
Mm-hmm.
I commented on a post and I lost the post. Mmm. Mmm. And
I like you.
let's get to
Emma Watson. Who fucks Rob Kardashian?
obviously he's a Kardashian.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
What? Who that guy is?
He's like their brother or some shit.
I don't fucking know, but look at that picture.
Oh no, that's not funny,
That's what I
man.
was laughing at. Oh, what?
That is not funny. We're gonna stop that.
Hello? Pete! Pete! Help us! Help! Please! Please help!
Alright, we're back. Sorry for the
back.
technical difficulties. Just, now the next thing
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna be...
totally got clickbaited. Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh well, it happens. Threw us straight off track.
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
We'll just get right back into it.
Alright, so we were looking at trending topics. I don't know, how should we...
I don't know how we're gonna look at. We should plan this before, and then because just searching around on it now, it's kind of stupid. Like it's all about celebrities and stuff like that, and
Fuck
I don't really care too much about that.
Well, not all of them. Some of them are cool.
Yeah, obviously, but like it's not important stuff.
Meme something.
Yeah, meme
'Kay.
search.
You know what? Memes... Speaking of memes, I want to talk about this. Because it's fucking... I've talked with a few people about it. I want to make a meme-mentary. Like seriously, like a documentary about what the.
You
They're
could.
taking over the fucking world. I swear to God.
Oh, I know. They're everywhere. They're the
everywhere.
best.
They are, but honestly, I've been trying to think about it on a deeper level. Like,
They've always been there, but they're just...
okay, look up the definition of meme. I want people to see this,
Okay.
and I want to get a refresher because I want to embody this because it totally hits home with me, and it just we gotta understand what memes are really doing.
Okay. So we'll put this up here.
Yeah. So we got.
Display capture.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. I hope we put that in.
I hope we do.
Yeah. Put that
A
in the
meme is an
intro.
element of culture or system of behavior that may be considered to be passed from one individual to another by non-genetic means, especially imitation.
So you look at something like a picture or something, and we relate to it, and you can pass
And
it on. And
It's like
people-
sharing everything. Like mimicry and stuff like that. Well, mimicry is kind of insulting.
like a humorous image, video, piece of text, etc., that is copied, often with a slight variations, and spread rapidly. And what did it say? Spreads rapidly. What?
By internet users.
Yeah. But it's not.
Yeah, internet is savage.
It's savage, but hear me out. This is why I think it's so interesting. In the course of working at Steve's, I think I might even talk to you about this.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
want.
we've had it on here.
Yeah. The fucking.
The whole thing with
With the
the,
pet.
like behavior control using memes.
I really think like we should dive deep into this and like see. I remember 10 years ago, you go to funnyjunk.com and stuff, and
I was
you.
talking about Funny Junk today.
It's so, it's. You get, what is this? Know your meme?
This is Know Your Meme, yeah, and just-
Yeah, like all those. Yeah, like badges.
Yeah.
Did you watch the poop one? I can't remember what it was called. Gosh.
No, but
Oh, what is it?
memes are intense.
Yeah, they're the best. They're great.
They're so good, and I heard somebody talking about how they think it's entirely possible to take. I know we weren't gonna talk about this, but
No,
satire could totally take out Trump
no,
because he's so fragile. But
he's not.
I'm not gonna
That's
go
it.
any further. That's it. That's all.
That's
I
a
want to
poison word.
I'm just gonna say the T word. I'm just gonna not
You
even
said
say
it already.
I know. Let's edit that out.
That's no, we're not editing that.
Alright.
We came into this show set on not talking about this certain person.
It just.
It's so relevant. I know. All right, let's move on.
It's okay.
Am I still? No. All right,
Alright, let's do this.
memes. We're looking up funny ass memes.
The first fucking
The
one.
first one. Okay.
Okay.
He who shall not be named. Okay, so we're just gonna go through here. Okay.
Ages.
Alright. These aren't the greatest. Oh, Gary Busey. What the fuck, man?
They're all like celebrity memes. Notice that?
Yeah. They really got to play to the moment too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
A lot of them are just rehashed and then fucking. This one always gets me though. That fucking.
How would you like your pancakes?
Scrambled.
Yeah.
That's.
What? There's good ones out there. This is a relatively new one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know what we should do. We gotta go to Imager. Imagers is the best.
That's awesome. Is this going through the feed right now?
Yeah.
Nice, perfect.
Yep. Oh, what? That's cool. You seen this?
I can't.
That's cool.
That is wild. It looks like
It's glitching.
It looks like a Grand Theft Auto glitch or some shit. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, and then you get into the good ones where like it's really inspiring.
Oh wow.
Big guy.
Mhm.
Losing weight. I don't know what that is. I will. Too long didn't read. Let's see how long this one is. I'm not reading all that.
Fuck.
Too long didn't read.
Nope.
This is my favorite mean tweet. Oh, look at me. I'm Ryan Gosling. I have perfect bone structure and kind eyes. Go fuck yourself, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. PlayStation.
Mm.
My reaction when I overstay my welcome at dinner.
That's one happy kid. What the fuck?
I don't know.
It's like, this pleases me.
Dogs are the best.
Oh yeah.
I should have brought my dog.
Yeah, next time.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically all video. Anyone listening to the podcast is not going to understand a thing
Yeah,
of
we
what's
gotta
happening.
Hello? Pete! Pete! Help us! Help! Please! Please help!
So for the podcast audience, we just did a
You mean the audio audience?
podcast.
This is all the podcast, video and everything. Imager is the best. Go to it.
Yeah, my Imager game is not on point.
I made it to the front page before. It was pretty impressive.
Which one again?
I put up a picture and it was like a.
Can you find it? Just go to it.
I can.
I can't. I will.
Actually, no, because I gotta sign in and all that shit. I don't want to do that. It wasn't that funny. It just said, it was just like this little stick figure, and it just said, "The air hurts my face. Why do I live in a country where the air hurts my face?" So now we have just 10 minutes scheduled in to talk about whatever. Well, what else happened? Anything interesting? I went out and bought a fucking video game, and then got home just to find out that my PS4 fucking shit the bed.
Yeah, your optic drive.
Just the optic drive, but I was so mad.
I hate when that stuff happens.
Luckily, I have enough money that I just bought the fucking game on the store anyways, but
Yeah, you're selling it anyway, so.
I'm gonna sell it, yeah.
Buy and sell!
No.
Except are you losing money on that, or is he paying full price?
A little bit. Not much. I don't care. Like, just want to play the fucking game. That's.
Mm-hmm. I want to play Zelda really bad. I was like this tempted to, because he's gonna give me more for store credit, and I could have put it just towards getting a Switch, because the guy literally just brought it in. It was like one of those moments. It was like, you can play the video games, or you can pay your bills. And it was like, Pay the bills.
Yeah.
But no.
I'm not gonna buy. I'd have to buy the whole system and everything. I'm not gonna.
Well,
do that.
pretty much they're not gonna do another handheld system, so that's gonna be the new thing.
Well,
for Nintendo, they're gonna do
the 3DS isn't
all
gonna
the-
die. Like the 3DS.
Oh, I know, but like I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool concept because you can like literally go right in from fucking playing.
But they're always gonna have. Nintendo is super gimmicky, man. Like, I just wish they would.
But they're
at least
you know
once
why they're
boil
gimmicky
down,
is
like
because
break it
their
down.
games hold so much value. They're fun games. That's why. Like
They're
they built their whole entire. It's like Disney, man. Like
man,
how
Nintendo.
that
Yeah,
fucking
they
empire
run
built
off of
up off of, like Mickey Mouse and all that.
almost
shit. Like
everything.
Mario and Zelda and
Yeah,
all
everything
those.
good is exclusive for Nintendo.
Yeah, you know, even like the new Zelda, that game
Like Smash Bros.
is going to Smash Bros. Always going to be fun. Like you get together, get some drinks.
Yeah,
and
it's communal. I get it.
yeah. That's what.
Super Mario
That's
Party?
what video games.
Mario Party?
That's what brought me to video games in the first place. Is the communal part where like N64 was the best. Playing 007 and you're with your friends and you watch their
Yeah.
faces as you fucking.
Yeah, that's cool. I like.
Thank you.
I get the feeling now, like playing Halo with your friends and stuff like that. That was fun, but like if you go and do it now, it just seems like all sitting on the 4 screens and stuff like that. It doesn't compare to like what happens now online.
No, I like.
The only
I like
difference
being in my own zone and like not
Yeah.
having to split the screen and stuff. But what I feel like is gonna happen in the next 10 years, you know, they say VR is like the next big thing, but that's
Well,
not coming for
it's just
on a
in
consumer level. That's not coming.
well,
for
it's
at least,
just reached the consumer level.
But even
it
I just
just-
saw an ad for
in the past,
Oculus
like,
today. It
year or
was
so.
$818.
Yeah, I was gonna buy one. I was gonna get either that or the other one, but I found out it's like $1,000, and I was like, no.
Honestly, in the next 5 years, it's gonna be the same thing with fucking when PS4 came out, when Xbox came out. When PS3 came out, that was like a $700 system,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
now you
and
can
I bought it in the first week.
You could buy them for $75 online right now. It's gonna be the same shit.
That
like
happens
5
with everything.
everything. I know exactly, but at the same time, just think of VR in 5 years when it is a consumer level thing. That communal
Yeah, it'll
thing,
be cheap.
that communal thing with the video games, it's not gonna be just.
You're
video
gonna be
games.
there. Well,
It's- why do you think Facebook bought Oculus?
because they're rich as fuck.
VR is the only arbitrage, or the only competition to the internet itself. In a sense, where we're in a Web 2.0 social media frenzy. Everybody's Facebook's pretty much TV and the filter over the internet itself. Like everything's like log in with your Facebook account. Click, click, click. Like I
Yeah,
wanna
Facebook or Google or
it's a layer over fucking the internet itself, and they took VR, the Oculus, and they're gonna master that. And then when we're all sitting in VR and we all have our fucking identities in this virtual world, because we have avatars and shit like already in these video game things, but it's not just gonna be games. It's gonna be like other things you can do in a virtual world, like there's gonna be virtual jobs and stuff, there's always gonna be
there already is.
exactly.
There was
It's
shit, what was it
crazy.
called? There was like this fucking thing years ago, like in 2007 or 8 or something. It was called Second Life or something, and it had like this huge online economy, and people were like having huge businesses, and there was people making like a living, like a solid living off this online community.
What do you
It's a little weird, but they made money, and then it got exploited, and
That's
it
good.
lost users, and now it's just this kind of joke. But stuff like
it's that
a
potential.
precursor, right? So you're gonna have
Exactly.
something that comes along where it's VR like
remember
that,
when-
and it's gonna be fucking ridiculous, and you're gonna have weird ass fucking things that happen, and like
Do you remember The Matrix, the fucking video game, when okay, I watched the movie and then they had the ad for the video game where you can fight online and stuff. That was just when online gaming was coming out, and I think it was either I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, but it had like that in the bonus features you could like watch about the game. It was a PC one, and it was an online fighting game for the Matrix and stuff. Just like that, like it wasn't a crazy, like that's what I mean. Like nobody really like got into it or what. Like it was one of the first steps into online gaming, and then Halo came, and then it all is progressed from that kind of platform, right? The next thing is, you know, how I was talking about, it's so great with what Nintendo did for bringing people together in that communal level. That same thing, I think, is going to happen whichever company it's going to be, if they can utilize that feeling in a virtual setting.
Well, right now, PlayStation's the only one with VR.
Right now, yeah. But Microsoft just announced their version of what's coming.
Microsoft is broke, man. They had a terrible launch for the Xbox One. And they're canceling games, and they're doing all the wrong things, and they're not selling systems, and
We'll bounce back with them.
Hopefully, like, it's always good to have competition, but it's also nice.
That's nothing to do with Xbox or anything itself. It's the fact that people, you know, not a lot of people are playing that kind of game. Like, in a sense, you know, more people were fucking scrolling their phone on Facebook rather than playing games and shit, or even watching TV. You know what I mean? Like, people are...
I play games.
You play games, but I'm saying, like, a lot of people nowadays, and it's affecting a lot of different aspects, not even just video games, but, like, TV itself. Like, ratings are dropping everywhere, and, like, all this stuff. It's more the on-demand stuff, like Netflix and stuff, those things that are thriving and taking over.
Well, it's post-scarcity, right? It's as soon as something is made available, it's because of the internet, it's made free.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Netflix and like Hulu all succeed, is because it's so accessible to the point where if you, hey, I could get this for free, but I have to go through the hassle of downloading it. I have to get a torrent. I have to risk viruses, blah, blah, blah. And then there's Netflix. I can pay $8 a month and get it right there, right now. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that's going to beat post-scarcity is accessibility. Make something that you pay for, not crazy expensive.
Well, Microsoft's always been like that.
And that's why all these...
you and, like, they don't give you the whole thing. They just fucking...
And you're finding streaming is succeeding everywhere for everything. You can stream books. You can stream music. Everything is streaming now. Mm-hmm. And it helps because at least it's putting a little bit of
happen in, like, when quantum computing gets a little more advanced, like the whole, they're gonna create realities within this reality, and we're gonna be able to access them through virtual reality. And
quantum computing is gonna open up like AI and all that shit.
It's crazy what they're
it's
doing
gonna make
now.
everything. And they're super, like, in Waterloo. They make huge breakthroughs in that, in Waterloo.
We are living right around the new Silicon Valley that's coming up. Like, it's
always been like that.
Kitchener-Waterloo is the first place in Canada to have a VR arcade. Those places are going to pop up everywhere.
You have, like, all your tech startups all over Waterloo already.
It's crazy.
It's all because of RIM and BlackBerry, but they've packed up and moved, and
it's crazy. Like, but what I'm saying, like, VR is going to be in competition, and Facebook wants to be on top of it because, you know, they're playing to keep. Like, they have all our information, which they sell to all these companies, and then they directly send advertisements to us to products that we would want in our lives. Like, the only products I see on my news feed for Facebook is actual things that I'd be, like, interested in buying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everybody, because you can go into Facebook ads and you can target exactly who you want to sell to. But,
Yeah.
but like Amazon, like it's not just books. Everything.
I know.
They're starting to get into groceries.
They
and shit
already,
now.
yeah, I know
Yeah.
all that.
Like, we're gonna Alexa, order me some grapes. A drone flies it to your fucking door.
Yeah, that seems a little weird to me. Like, I watched that video on like how the drone
Crazy.
delivers stuff, and like, how is that easier from just grabbing it out of the back and walking it up to the door?
Well, the one video was just pretty much about inaccessible places for that reason, like tougher to reach places, or tougher to reach places.
Like where?
Well, the one was, it was some like
You have to have like,
place you couldn't drive, but there was like, I don't know.
like, whatever. I think it's a gimmick, but
It's not a gimmick. It's
it'll happen like when you're. I get it for like in big cities where you can go to like rooftop to rooftop, but like in suburbs when you're already there with the truck, what's the point of hassling yourself with fighting with that fucking cage? And
then you don't have to pay the driver to drive the truck. You don't have to pay
the
to own
truck. No, the
vehicle.
truck's
Yeah.
already there. That's the thing.
But
The
eventually
drone
they get
gets
to the
put
point
into
where
the
they
truck.
just get the drones to just fly it from factory to.
Yeah, but I get that. But I'm just saying from what I saw, it was like the truck shows up in the neighborhood and then packs the drone and it does everything. Just get off your
Well,
fucking
even
ass
still-
and walk around.
Even still, like, well, people want it now. If you could drive a truck to the middle of a block and you have like more than one order or something, like,
But there's only
it's-
one drone in the truck.
It's not like it's gonna totally out. You know, it's not gonna totally wipe out everybody delivering, unless it gets to the point where it just goes drone to outlet or factory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just crazy, like the advancements that's happening with quantum computing, AI, artificial intelligence, bioengineering, nanotechnology. Everything's at this threshold point where it's just like about to totally launch us into a whole different way of being. I feel like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I've said that a lot. It's crazy because it is. It's just, and we're all just.
But it's
letting
nice to think like that. Like everything's moving forward, but it's not always true.
Well, there is still that divide.
I remember when I was a kid, here's like when we were young, just to show how wrong we can be. When we were young, there was like movies in the 90s where like the coolest thing was having like video chat, like FaceTime or Facebook video chat. But back in the 90s when we were thinking like it wasn't possible, but on movies you would see and it was just like a big fucking TV and it was just like a phone, but it was a TV. And that was showing the future. And then fast forward, we skipped that. We skipped the whole fucking TV thing. It never was, well, maybe in like high income families and stuff like that, they had kind of rudimentary versions, but it jumped right to handheld, right? Went from no video chat to fucking handheld video chat. No in between.
Mm-hmm.
So we could be completely wrong. One thing I'm gonna like, I've been thinking about what's gonna happen in the next few years, trying to like find things to do, maybe invest in stuff, and I'm thinking when it gets to like the 2020s that we're gonna have kind of like a nostalgic look where everything's like you can pretty much guess from like 2000 to 2015 was like the modern era. Everything was really simple. You know, you had like simple white houses with just like blank white walls. Everything was simple. I think in the 2020s that everything's gonna kind of be nostalgic and reflect the 1920s, but just kind of like a modern look. And like if you can guess stuff like that, then obviously you have an advantage in investing. But if you look at like what happened with, it's so hard to predict what's going to happen. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, it's just like
I could say this today and I could be bang on, and in 3 or 4 years it'll be coming true, or it could just be completely wrong. You can't just assume things like it. You just kind of got to roll with it. And it's nice to think that all this technology is going to be good, but we could just skip right over it. Like, you don't know. Something better could be developed in the middle of it. Like,
well, I hear what you're saying. Like, we wouldn't need like a virtual reality headset if we had contact lenses.
right.
And if somebody were to develop not only a contact lens, but even, spoiler alert, in Black Mirror, they have this little fucking mushroom. It's like the black mushroom that they surgically implant it into the back of your head.
Yeah, and
it augments your reality.
Yeah.
And that
could happen.
Well, that's what I mean. It's digital and reality. We're not going to be able to tell the difference. That's the point I'm trying to get to. Like, Facebook knows how to get consumer attention. And just like we're fucking scrolling our fucking phones all day, going through Facebook, we're going to want this either contact lens, or we're not going to want to strap a big fucking VR set on our head. Nobody wants to do that. Like, it hurts your face after a while. I don't care how fucking light you make it. Like, it's going to be either something, it might not even be contact lens, it might even be something that's just floating through the air, and like something, they have cameras now that are the size of like either a rice grain or a sand grain, or something like that.
The quality of those,
I'm just saying, like, the technologies, even with nanobots, we could have nanobots flowing through our bodies that totally are connected.
This is what I'm saying. You're saying all this stuff.
I know.
And it's just speculation.
It's
cool, and it's
speculation.
nice to think that that's going to happen, but it may not.
Well, like, would you, for one, want nanobots floating through your body and changing your...
If it makes me, like, immortal, sure. I don't know. Like, if it heals illnesses and stuff like that, it's cool to think of that. Like, that's a great thing. But I've heard...
They're developing this stuff
Yeah,
right now,
I know.
And it's just...
But I'm just saying, be skeptical and stuff like that. Don't just assume like, stuff like this is gonna happen. Like, it might not. It might. Whatever.
I know we could fucking go to war tomorrow.
One thing I do want to say is that there's
but
I can't remember who it was, but I think I was watching a TED Talk or something. They were saying that they think the first person to live past 200 years is alive today. Right? So, with advances in medicine, barring anything cataclysmic, obviously, but you know, it happens. Advancements, and as soon as you hit something, it just gets exponential. It grows exponentially. Like, you have...
Well, that's what I say with technology, even, like...
Yeah, like the
everything.
Earth, for thousands of years, humans couldn't fly.
Yeah.
Right? And then a couple of people...
Or
build a plane.
Talk globally at the fucking touch of a button, you know.
And as soon as that first plane was built, you have, from then until now, hundreds of thousands of different ways to fly.
Yeah. I can't wait till we have like little drone bikes that we can just fly. Have you seen those? Like,
I've seen like the
piloted...
wingman, or the whatever, the jetman.
I've seen the jet, like the one where he's like flying like that, or
no, the one where he has a wingsuit, like a huge wing on his back with thruster engines.
There's that one, but there's the one where you're like sitting on it like a bike almost.
Yeah, I saw that, and it was like using helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a fucking
But
drone, but like
fuck, man,
human
if you
size.
crash that thing, you're fucked.
Oh yeah, it chopped
Like-
you up. You'd be done.
Oh man. Yeah, that'd be brutal. That would be a brutal.
South Park should do
way.
that. I just saw it. Like, it's like, oh yeah, look at me. And it's like,
Oh yeah, they would.
oh man, they would.
Alright.
But no, I totally see like a lot. I understand. We have to be skeptical too. You know, there's a lot of other stuff happening in the world right now that, you know, like Fukushima and shit is fucked.
It's not nearly as bad as people say. Like,
It got worse. Like, it's a lot worse. You should,
man, it's not.
it's-
It's not like. It's not nearly as serious as people say it is. The levels of radiation are not very like at the site. Obviously,
Well,
it
look
is.
it up before you say anything, because I heard it's pretty bad right now.
Are we gonna like if we look it up?
Like, we don't have to put it in the broadcast.
No.
but I just think we should look it up though, because
Okay, well,
like, I don't want to be a doom and gloom show, but I do like to be aware about certain things, and I know we should all be skeptical, especially with, you know, climate change and everything that's going on and people denying.
I
all
want
this
to like
stuff.
this isn't something that you just jump into. Like, you need
Right.
to research it.
That's what I
and-
mean. I'm saying before you say anything, like, I know I just kind of threw that topic in there. Like,
I'm not saying at the site. I'm not saying it's safe at the site, like of where it is. But there's all these pictures that float around where you see like the flow of radiation, and it's hitting Pacific America. That radiation that's getting that far is not nearly as bad as people are saying.
Yeah, but what about all the radiation
That's bad. Like that's not good. Like, but
it's still spreading, and
Dude.
more so at like.
in comparison, Chernobyl is still like so much worse, even today. Like Chernobyl.
I heard on, I think it was JRE, where they're saying they want to just put a dome over it, like this big lead dome. They're
Yeah.
gonna fly it over. What do you think of that?
What?
What they're literally planning on putting just like
Over Chernobyl?
Yeah,
I haven't read into it.
I just heard that on the JRE. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
that's-
This stuff like this takes time to research. All I know is that
No, yeah,
it's not nearly as bad as people portray it to be on the Pacific side of America. I can't say for actually at the plant, but
well, you know, there's only so much water, and it
But
cycles
that's-
around.
radiation goes away. That's the whole point of it. Like, that's what it is. It's decaying atomic material, and that's where the energy comes from.
Did you hear? Again, I heard this on a podcast. Pretty sure it was Jerry again, but the guy who they figured out how to encapsulate nuclear waste or something into diamond and turn it into batteries.
I don't know. No, I never heard of that.
I don't know, but that'd be so cool if they actually come up with a solution.
Did you hear that they found a star system that has like 7 Earth-sized planets, and like three or 4 of them are in the Goldilocks zone?
I'm pretty sure that's like 4 trillion, or no,
No, it's
4 light years or 40
It's like
light years.
39.
40 light years away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll never get there. Like, it's not
What I think is,
even feasible to think of getting there. It's just cool to know that it's there.
if we were able to transport human consciousness through some sort of vessel and inhabit it in those planets, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but that's
Prometheus, that shit.
Yeah, you're basing that off of the fact that you think consciousness isn't something physical. Like
I think it's your entire being, every cell
it's a
in
combination
your body.
of both.
It's-
It's a combination of the electricity running synapses in your mind. That's what it is. If you didn't have the electricity, you wouldn't have the consciousness. If you didn't have the physical brain, you wouldn't have the consciousness.
Mhm.
It's them both.
No, I know it's
And like all these spiritual people who think like, oh, the spirit is something, like they think that small electric current in your body, that's your spirit. But what happens when somebody dies and they're brought back to life with a defibrillator? Did someone else's soul come out of a defibrillator?
It's
like,
not that.
It's just it's your mind. It just needs electricity, and it's.
Well, there's more to your being than just your mind. Your mind is a part of your being. Like.
Yeah, but I'm not getting into all that.
I know.
That like what your purpose or your essence is or whatever. We could debate for hours on that. I'm just saying that consciousness is something physical or it's not, it's both. Like you need your brain. The only thing that can achieve consciousness is a brain.
It's one of the most rapid growing, like neuroscience is one of the most rapid growing fields in science right now.
Yeah.
And they're discovering more about the brain.
That's why I don't believe in ghosts. Like people are like, oh, ghosts are real, blah, 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 and they do all this shit. I'm like, well, okay, explain to me how they're conscious. If a ghost is real, is it conscious? Is it able to have thought, or can it have desires and stuff like that? And you have like different opinions. Like you have the people who believe that ghosts are like floating images of their dead relatives, and then you have people who believe that it's just like
Just energy.
like an essence.
Yeah.
That's all it is. My friend took a picture with an old school like disposable camera in front of a cemetery, and you see orbs.
See that
could be
that's
lens
light
flare.
leaks.
I don't know, man.
That's light leaks.
You can look it up. It's lens.
And what
A lot of it's lens flare and
anything also.
But it's the only photo that came out like that.
But is your friend like did he take it to get studied? Did he take it to try and disprove the fact that it might be orbs?
I don't know.
See, a lot of people like that who believe in spirituality and stuff like that, they're going to take a picture with a disposable camera and they're going to see those orbs, and that's just immediately what they think of, and no one can disprove that because it's just they're set in their ways.
Well, if
The
you're
thing you should
thinking it's
do
just
is when you take
disposable-
a picture and you see orbs and you believe in spirituality and stuff, try and prove it wrong. Try and find everything else that says this isn't an orb.
I do. I do that more.
And,
Before I didn't like. I've actually had pictures with orbs or whatever you want to. Whatever it.
They're light leaks. Like that's what it is.
I'll just say this one story, and I actually heard of.
I don't agree.
On another podcast, somebody who took a picture. It's actually they're having the same conversation, like the lens flare and everything, and then the guy said, well, the one guy, he took a picture and he literally focused on his hands, and the biggest orb ended up being in the center of his hand, or like the center of wherever he was focusing on. I don't know if it was in his hand, but I took a picture years ago in high school when I first got a smartphone. I think it was like the iPhone 3GS or something. But you were saying a disposable camera and the lens flare or whatever. We were talking about, we were in a whole old house. It was Dublin's old house. And we were sitting in there, and then I told somebody to take a picture of me. I'm going to focus my intention on the center of my palm, and I just like looked like, just stared at my hand like that, and then took a picture, and then there was an orb just sitting in my hand, and we were taking pictures all around the house, and it was all different light angles, and we could see these little orbs and stuff. I don't know, it could very well have been just a coincidence and lens flare or whatever.
But that's the thing.
But yeah, that's
people like
I'm not gonna
uneducated people are gonna be like, oh, that's an orb. That's a spirit,
I was
blah,
fucking
blah, blah.
like,
yeah.
But you know, I can look back at it now and just say that's very possible that it could have been. But I'm also open
try and
to
disprove yourself. I try and do it with everything. If I find something that that interests me, or something that really is like groundbreaking to me, I'll try and prove it wrong. Like I'll look at what everything else is saying on the other side of the argument, and I find, unfortunately, people who tend to believe in like spirits and all that, they believe the whole thing. Like they believe like UFOs, they believe And unfortunately, you were one of them at one point in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and another thing is and then you have people like that. They believe it all. They believe in ghosts and UFOs. Then they're at, let's say, Collin's cottage when you guys saw whatever you saw in the sky.
Weren't you there?
No, I wasn't. I left. But
It was insane.
right. But you're not a professional. You don't know what it was. You're assuming because
Oh, at the time, I
your
understand.
superstition says,
I know.
I don't know what that
Cameron's
is.
friend
It
ended up
goes-
saying it was like a military thing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then at this, like, I can look back at it and say it probably was just because of the fact it was kind of like in the same. It happened twice, if not 3 times. We saw it twice, me and Matt, and just because of the way it was and it kind of happened the same way, it could have been a test, like a controlled
like
test,
a military
right?
maneuver or something
exactly,
like that.
right? So I.
But then you have people who just jump to conclusions because they're completely uninformed.
But there's also
And then
a
they
lot
have
of
these
video footage.
predetermined opinions and these predetermined...
But these
like,
predetermined
look ways-
opinions end up
outlooks.
coming from all this content that's coming out on YouTube. Like
And it's
understand,
unfiltered content. And it's the same type of people who are just propagating the same type of shit.
I understand.
So you
that.
have someone
I've
who
gone through
who
a lot of
completely...
it and like a lot of it's fucking bullshit. I
Like
can
you put out a
attest that.
video and it's like showing all these ghosts and stuff,
Mhm.
and it's an unedited or it's an edited video, and you send it out there in the world completely out of context with no context at all. It's gonna get to people who just believe it, and then they fucking share it, and it goes to other people, and they share it, and then eventually at some point, what started off as maybe a film project by a fucking college student ends up feeding into someone's fucking superstition.
I understand that's a big thing.
That's an
happens.
issue.
There is stuff though that's like you look at it and you're like,
And it all boils down to
fuck was
people
that?
just not looking at information correctly.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, there was this one girl, I had this edited video outside my house. And it was some app on my phone. And it was this big, huge spaceship. And this dumbass girl was like, oh my god, where is that? And she started freaking out.
Yeah.
And like, she's like, I don't see it. I went outside, and I guess like, how do you not see it? It's like there. Like she was in my area, and like just so stupid.
Even things
Why?
that are so clearly one thing,
Oh, yeah.
like the Russian,
Some people just ignorant.
the asteroid that entered the atmosphere in Russia. People are like, that's God's wrath, blah blah blah. That's a fucking asteroid that just crashed into Earth. Like that happens. We know that was true, and just people are completely either uninformed or don't care. And it's a huge issue.
I understand ignorance is a big problem, and I was, like I said, like I was ignorant.
There's
to
a
lot of
video.
stuff.
I'll link it in the description or something. I'll put it out there. There's a video. It's Michael Shermer, and he's talking about a way. There's like, it's basically it's the scientific method. It's just explained in layman terms. It's called the baloney detection kit. I share it to fucking everybody because
I think I've seen it.
it's fucking amazing, and it just outlines steps on to finding out truth, right? Deciphering if something's a false claim or a true claim. So when you have someone sitting there talking about ghosts, and then I'll be like, okay, prove it. Well, they're like, disprove it. Negative evidence is not positive evidence. Stuff like that. And then once you get in, if you could totally present your opinion, coherently, and some people just don't accept it, and then they walk away. It's fucking stupid. Anyways, that's got to be the end, right? We're out of it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you very much for lending us your ears. If you're listening on the podcast and
Watching
Thanks
actual
for the-
first
for the
full
mix.
length,
yeah,
unscrewed up version of our video. I'm not putting those first ones together.
no, we'll just start that off with like they're out there, and You can listen to the very first and the second episodes.
We're getting better.
We're getting there.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks. Take care.